Hello everyone, I am Erika of BEADIngschool.com and you are watching No One Has to Bead Alone, my weekly open workshop to make sure that every beader all around the world has company. Please let me know if you can hear me, if you can see me. I would like to first know if all the technical stuff is all right. And then we can start beading. Today we are going to bead the WOLVEGA motif, and it's actually a retro No One Has to Bead Alone, meaning that it is a design that I designed maybe a year or more ago, and since, well, it was one of your favorites, so it's nice to look back at it, I think, and also to see that how can you apply the beading knowledge that you have gathered since that time and maybe expand it into something more. You can easily make it into a bigger jewel by connecting several motifs or by adding some personalized kinds of components like I did with the dragonfly connector and the big long drop at the bottom. But you can also try adding more beads all around the motif and make it into a bigger jewel. And of course, we also have many beaders here who joined since then and who did not have a chance yet to bead this motif together. So that's it. Here it is, WOLVEGA. We are going to bead WOLVEGA today. And in the meanwhile, thank you so much for letting me know already in the first comment, Kara, that you can hear me and you can see me. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. So in the meanwhile, Teresa joined us, and Debbie, and Cindy, and Ere, and Kata is back, and Ariana is here, and Liv is here, and Robbie, and Janet, and Ula is here, and Antoinette, and Margaret, and Malka, and Corinne, and Elena is here too. Welcome, ladies. Is it going to be your first time beading WOLVEGA, or did you bead it already when we were working with WOLVEGA back then? By the way, just a little fun fact: WOLVEGA is the name of a Dutch town, and I saw it while I was waiting for the train. And I made a note of it because I think it sounds really like poetic. So for quite some time, I planned to make a motif that I could name WOLVEGA. So it's actually taking you to a Dutch town with its name. In the meanwhile, Heike joined us, then Kathleen. For Cindy, it's the first time that she will bead WOLVEGA. Kara too, Ariana too. Wonderful, I'm curious. So actually, I would like to start a little tradition. We have had a retro No One Has to Bead Alone session already sometimes in the past. We beaded the Tuschinski bracelet, as that was also a very popular one. And now we are beading the WOLVEGA. And Kariana suggested that what if we look back at an older design every time when we finish exploring a specific theme of the Beading School Academy. For the past 2 months, we were working with a theme inspired by Greek mythology called Thetis' Treasure, and I selected WOLVEGA because all the beads that you need for the motif are also included in your Thetis' treasure box in case you would like to still go for the turquoise silver colorway. But of course, they are basic bead shapes, so very probably you have them in your stash in many different colors. I'm curious, where will you go? I have put on my bead matte colors from Thetis's Treasures, so I'm still with Team Turquoise. And oh, Antoinette says that she has made this one many times and loves this. Are you going to bead maybe another one or something, or you will be listening and beading something else? Claire joined, Danielle, Eleanor, for Margaret for the first time. She will watch the video and then bead. And hi Jessica, hi Irina. Robbie, first time. Hi Tinker Pearl. And we also have some Facebook user friends. If you haven't heard your name, then it means that I don't see your name. You can watch this video live from the Facebook page, the Beading School Facebook page, and also from the club. And since the club is a closed community, then you need to give permission to my broadcasting program to see your name and see your face. All you need to do is click the link about the video, and then I will be able to greet you personally. Hi Yosin, and hi Jill, and Gemma is here, and Belinda is here. And Kathleen says, I have 3 colors of every bead out. Suffering color indecision. Don't feel bad, Kathleen, at all. I actually also pulled out all kinds of possibilities, because even if I stick to the Thetis's treasure box, then I have 2 different options for the 3mm fire polished beads. I have different options for the size 15s. So even with that, there can be variations, and I could not make a decision. I'm with you. And Robina says, I made it actually beading today with you for the first time instead of watching 2 versions already. Claudia is asking, click on what link? If you are watching the video from Facebook in real life, then there is a link in the description of the post saying that you need to click this if you want to enable the program to see your name and face. But I see you, so you don't need to do that, Claudia. All is well. And hi Sherry, and hi Alžbeta. And let's see, what do we need? Also, of course, the tutorial is available at No One Has to Bead Alone, as always. So you just need to head over there, and you can make your decision to download it for free and accept it as my helping hand and a little gift to you. Or you can buy the tutorial for €5 to support the broadcast. It's up to you. And while you are doing that, I'm going to put the material list on screen, and then you can also check together with me if you have everything. So let's see. You will need some HALF-TILA beads. Then you will need 3mm fire polished beads. And besides those, you will also need a couple of colors and sizes of seed beads. The size 15, you can use 1 color or 2 colors. I still haven't made my decision. Let's see. The size 11, in the original, I have only 1 color. And then we have the MIYUKI DELICA beads. And there you can also make your decision to use 2 different colors, or to make it a bit like, I don't know, simpler looking. It will not necessarily be simple looking. So you can stick to 2 colors, or you can use 1 color. It's up to you. So, and I see a question from Margaret. I will answer that, of course. And then I would like to ask you, for the duration of while we are like actually beading the motif, let's stick to questions to the motif that we are working on, specifically to this step that we are doing. And at the end, of course, you will again have the opportunity to ask all kinds of questions. So let's see Margareta's question, and then let's start beading. Margareta asks, the band you are wearing, velvet or silky? So it's a 7mm wide silky ribbon. It's the one that is available in the bead shop as a bundle. I think there are 11 colors, if I remember well. Susie is here with us, so if Susie has half a minute to spare, I would love to ask you, could you please look up the thin silk ribbon bundle and post the link, please, for Margareta so she can look into it? Thank you so much, Susie. So, by the way, I have attached it to the filigree, and then I'm just tying, how you call this? And it has like the bunny ears, and then the, oh my god, sometimes my brain is like too full of languages, the end, or lacking any kind of language. So you tie the bunny ear kind of thing with your ribbon, and I actually don't add a clasp. Whoa! Thank you so much, ladies. Thank you so much. And I can regulate it according to my neckline. So actually, I was putting this on very last minute, but I would prefer to wear this now absolutely short, so it shows the best with my t-shirt. Thank you so much, Susie. And let's get started. I already prepared my size 11 beading needle and my FIRELINE, and I'm going to switch to my hand camera. So after I have switched, please let me know again if you can still hear me well, because I'm going to also switch my microphone, and I need to make sure that everything is all right. Thank you. Thank you, Susie, for the link. I think there is one last package left from the silk ribbons with all kinds of colors. Can you still hear me, ladies? Please let me know. Okay, Lutka is here and she can see me, and Ariane and Susie say that they can also hear me. That's wonderful. Thank you so much. So let's get started finally, and let's start with the HALF-TILA beads. Here, the magic number, usually every motif has a magic number, what I call a magic number, when you know that how many repetitions do you need to make, or how many of certain beads or groups of beads do you need to add. So with WOLVEGA, the magic number is 6. Always 6 beads or 6 groups of beads or 6 repetitions, and you need to start by picking up 6 MIYUKI HALF-TILA beads. If you are a perfectionist beader, then make sure to turn the HALF-TILA beads so the bumpy side faces the top of the motif. There is a little difference between the two sides. One is bumpier than the other. I have to admit that for the very first time when I was using HALF-TILA beads, I think it was like maybe a decade ago, something like that, then I did not notice first that there is a bumpy side. With some colors it's more visible, with some colors it's not very much visible. And now you can decide if you would like to tie a knot and bead through the very first half-tila one more time. That's how I used to start the motifs back when I was designing this. Or you can bead through all of the half-tila beads through the same holes one more time, plus the very first one for a third time too, to join them into a circle. So the circle is not so perfect yet, but we will make it look good. So this is how it looks like. And afterwards, let's see step 2. This is, by the way, such a quick little motif that I hope that I will see also many statement jewels, many bracelets, maybe full necklaces. In step 2, I will be adding size 11 round MIYUKI seed beads between the inside, still the first holes of the half-tila beads. So I always pick up one MIYUKI round, and then I bead through the same hole that I have already used of the next MIYUKI half-tila. And I will keep my thread tight, and this is the part that makes the circle of the half-tila beads look nice and smooth. So since the magic number is 6, then I'm going to add 6 round 11 seed beads, and after adding the last one, I continue until I am exiting the second round 11 seed bead. And Sarah joined us! I haven't seen you for a while. I hope you are well, Sarah. So actually, this can already get tight. So if you feel that it's tight enough, then you can start out from the first round 11 that you have added, or you can carefully bead until you are exiting the second one that you have added in step 2. So please let me know if it's going well. This is how mine looks like. I'm going to switch now to step 3. In step 3, I'm adding some size 15 seed beads, and I have prepared all 3 colors of size 15 seed beads on my bead mat that we have had in the 𝐂𝐋𝐈𝐂𝐋𝐈 treasure box. But now actually when I'm looking at it, then I know for 100% that the good decision, well, for me, is the sea foam one, the very light greenish turquoise-ish one. Sarah is silent because she's working on her Battle of the Beadsmiths project. All my fingers crossed for you, Sarah. I'm really curious. Hope it's going well. And Leah says, hi, Leah. Good so far. And Ariana says, a bit tight with the knot, but still okay. Okay. You will not need to go through those beads any more time, so don't worry. And now in step 3, we are going to add the size 15s between the size 11s and the outside holes of the half-tila beads, the ones that are still unused and open. So I have just added 2 round 15s between the first round 11 and the first half-tila, and I'm doing the same on the other side of the half-tila. So I picked up 2 round 15s, and then I bead through the round 11. So I'm creating little V shapes of seed beads between the half-tilas. Brit Marie is watching again from the bus. Safe travels, Brit Marie. How far are you traveling after work? How much do you have to commute? We miss you too, Sarah. And during the past 2 weeks, I was on a little holiday, but I did some catching up. I did my best to check out as many new jewels in the Beading School Club as possible. And I must say that I'm absolutely like wowed by the amount and the beauty of the jewels that you have posted during those brief, like maybe 11 days, 10 or 11 days that I was traveling. And it's always so nice to be back after a little time off and see all your creations. I love seeing you enjoying the color combo still. And what made me super happy are all the starfish pendants that I have seen recently. The one from Veronka. That's such an interesting bezel. And I love that. I love seeing your versions. It's so nice to see that you are enjoying it. I have seen one, I think from Daniele, when Daniela used a pink cabochon from the signature box, and she attached a smaller, a different motif on top of the starfish, the one that we beaded during the improvisation session, and that is absolutely awesome. Have you seen that, ladies? And Brit Marie says in the meanwhile, she has to travel about an hour in the morning and again in the afternoon. Oh, that's quite a lot. Can you use the time for reading, maybe? Can you read in the bus? Or listening to an audiobook is also an option. When I was like a small teenager and I had to travel to school every day, twice 1 hour, then I also very efficiently used my time on the bus to write my homework. A little bit last minute, but I did it at least. And Elena is asking, are the half-tilas you use matte in color? They are indeed. Like some of them in the boxes, they came in matte and some of them came in shiny. And this is the matte version. Oh, and Irina says, Ariana's starfish was great too. Indeed, that was also awesome. Margaret says she's knitting socks on the bus. And hi, Marta, good to see you. How are you today? And I have just finished in the meanwhile step 3. And please let me know if you have a question about this part. Up until now, Brit Marie says she's listening to audiobooks or some relaxing yoga music. That's nice, Brit Marie. I'm glad that you can use the time somehow. And step 4. Now we are getting to the big beads, and I will need to decide if I want to use the darker or the lighter color of fire polished beads from the box. There were, just as the matte and the shiny HALF-TILAs, these were also, in some boxes they were lighter, and in some boxes they were darker. So I have them both. I know, I'm lucky. Margaret says the darker ones. Jessica also says the darker ones. Jessica says, I had to start by frogging. My brain heard R15 instead of R11 between the HALF-TILAs, but now I've caught up. Oh, I'm sorry, Jessica, my pronunciation. But you can download the tutorial from noonehastobeadalone.com. There is also a free version if you would like to, and there you have the material list in front of you. So, and also the steps if you would like to double check that you are going right. So I have 2 votes for the darker shade. Martha also has the jet turquoise. That's indeed the darker one. The lighter one is called Jet Comet. But also for you to know, I'm going to use some more of the dark blue shade of seed beads. So let's calculate it into it that it should not be too dark. We have Kimberly. Kimberly's here. Good to see you, even if for only a few minutes. And Helena says darker. Ula says dark. Tinkerbird says dark. Deb says dark. And Belinda says, I just realized it's time for a new box theme this month. So very exciting. Indeed. And I promise it's going to be a good one. It's like, I love turquoise, but there are so many more colors that I love. And I think we all need some happiness and good vibes. So all my favorite happy colors are waiting for you in the next box. I can't wait to show them to you. And Margaret says, choose both colors. That's an interesting option. I like your way of thinking, Margaret. Donna is saying hi. Eleanor is for dark ones. Kathleen will go for the jet comet. Cindy is also asking, wondering if you can use both dark and light on every other pair. And that's what I will be doing. That's such a great idea. I'm curious how will it look like. So let's go for both. I will tell you a secret. Okay, not a secret, but all the time I was hoping that you will say that I should use the lighter ones, and everyone was saying the darker ones. I'm like, dark. I was not disappointed, but I was like, no, will I be a good girl and do what you say, or will I say like, I will do whatever I want? And Belinda says, oh, I love the teaser. Happy colors are good. I think we all need that these days. So let's go with both. And let's start from a pair of round 15 seed beads added after around 11. So my thread is hanging towards a HALF-TILA. And this is the time when I will pick up a pair of 3mm fire polished beads, and then I skip the half-tila and I bead only through one round 15 right after the half-tila. So when I pull my thread, then this little V shape is shaping, the shape is forming after the half-tila. And I will add around, no, sorry, not around 11. I will add a DELICA bead, a size 11 DELICA bead into this little gap, and I will bead through the last round 15, the one just before the next half-tila. So this is how it looks like. And I will repeat the same 5 more times. Magic number is 6, so 5 more times the same, adding 2 3mm fire polished beads over the half-tila, always going only through one size 15 seed bead, and then adding 1 MIYUKI DELICA into the gap over the round 11. So I'm back to the pair of dark ones. And then again a DELICA bead. And Joanna is here. So good to see you, Joanna. Oh, we have so many friendly faces here whom I haven't seen for a while. Such a good day. Joanna, I think you have also beaded WOLVEGA in the past, right? How do you like, ladies, by the way, the version with the 2 colors? I'm curious. And Joanna says, Erika, your beading mat looks wonderful. Thank you, Joanna, but actually, well, I was joking before the video that if I shall finally start preparing for today's workshop, or if I should keep looking at my new cabochons, because in fact my bead mat was full of the new 5x10mm navettes that we added earlier this week. And I think Cheryl suggested, like, do both. It's like, do you want me to have an even messier bead board? And actually, I will check my sound, because Brit Marie says that she can't hear me, but according to my sound check, it's okay. Please let me know, ladies. Can you hear me? Okay, Ariana can hear me. Brit Marie, then I'm afraid that the problem is on your side. But back to my bead mat. So Cheryl was teasing me like, both the cabochons and today's motif. So I told her, like, do you want me to have an even messier bead mat? But in fact, I was a bad girl. I ended up munching on the navette biscuits instead of putting away the navette cabochons. I've told you on Tuesday that we brought back from Paris some biscuits that are called navettes. It's a boat-like shape, a pointy long shape. So I didn't look up for look up the little bags of the nuggets, and then I ended up with this mess, but with a beautiful mess. And I kept looking at the air blue opal. I want to do something absolutely with the air blue opal. I think that's one of the nicest of the new ones. And since you got me in the mood of combining two colors, then I might end up combining colors. Let's see, this is even like 3 colors that look good together. So, yay, I ended up with a sparkly mess. But I have to admit that I have to schedule an organizing session for my beading room very soon. Robina says, I popped over to the website. Are we going to be able to download the directions? I didn't see a link for No One Has to Be the One today. The instructions are available already. I think that I've actually missed... Oh, I was looking at the nuggets. Blame the nuggets, please. I missed posting a separate post that the instructions are ready, but yes, the instructions are waiting for you. Waiting for you at noonehastobethelone.com. And again, I opened up the free version, even if it's an older tutorial. So for 3 days, you can download the WOLVEGA tutorial also for free. And there is also the support version for €5. So it's up to you. Oh, Kathleen is building a library of the older tutorials. I can't wait to see your jewels, Kathleen. It's also so nice for me when someone goes back to an older tutorial, because it brings back memories. It brings back memories of when I was designing it, but also it reminds me of my own jewel that I have beaded, and also many times I can recall exact designs that you ladies beaded, exact variations that you have beaded from the design. So it's super nice when you do that. And yeah, we will go back to old tutorials with the retro No One Has to Bead Alone every 2 months. And Iris says, I finished it, and even with my not very high quality beads, it turned out very beautiful. I bought my Tila beads on a trip to Paris, and they have now found a place. Thank you. Oh, I'm really happy that you are happy with the design. Belinda is asking, is that one fire polish the blue spruce? Something like that? I have a 𝐻𝐿 of those. It's Jet Comet and Jet Turquoise, these 2 colors. And in the meanwhile, I have made my full circle, so I can continue with step 5. And in this step, I will be starting out from a DELICA bead that I have added earlier. When I want to get there, then I still bead also through the small one, the round 15 between the fire polished and the DELICA. So I end up in the DELICA, and now I prepare 6 round 11s because I will need 6 of them. And while exiting the DELICA bead, I pick up a round 11 and I bead through the same DELICA one more time. So when I pull my thread, then the round 11 sits nicely on top of the DELICA, and their holes are parallel with each other. And now I bead through the next round 15 and the first from the pair of 3mm fire polished beads. On top of the 3mm fire polished beads, in between the two in a pair, there will be a pair of MIYUKI DELICAs sitting. So I pick up two MIYUKI DELICAs and then I continue through the second fire polished around 15 and a MIYUKI DELICA. And this is how it looks like. I decided to use the same color of round 11s as the MIYUKI DELICAs. Already, since I have so many different colors, so many different shades in the motif, I think it needs a little unification. So my round 11s and my DELICA beads are of the same color. I rarely do that, by the way. So, have a lovely weekend, Susie. I see that you need to go now. Thank you for joining. I'm progressing all around. And ladies, please let me know, how are your motifs coming together? Okay, someone very impatient is at the door, but Adam is going there to open the door, so don't worry. And Margaret says she agrees with adding less colors of the seed beads. She says the focus goes more to the fire polish. Indeed, I think with more colors of the seed beads, the motif would not have any focus. And Ariana says, it's unbelievable, flat and sturdy. That's how we like it. And ladies, what do we do if it's not flat? What's your advice for your fellow beaders if the motif is not flat and sturdy enough? Oops, and Belinda says in the meanwhile, I'm going to be late from work. Worth it. I'm so sorry. And in the meanwhile, I have noticed that I started to make a mistake. And I accidentally put a MIYUKI DELICA instead of a round 11. But I'm laughing because I can see that you have oh no, I did not put a round DELICA instead of a round 11. I forgot the round 11 completely, so I have to go back. Sorry. But in the meanwhile, I see that you have learned your lesson well. Claire says, sit on it. Deb says, sit on it. Martha says, sit on it. Ariane says, use a filigree. Okay, that can be the first option before sitting on it, but then sit on it, maybe together with the filigree. And Cindy says, sit on it. Gio says, filigree. Joanna says, sit on it. Margaret says, try to tighten it. I think you were not with us at the beginning yet. Martha says, and eat some chocolate. Indeed. Like beginning of lockdown times when we started to bead together. And if it happened that someone was was not entirely happy with the motif, then we were joking, sit on it. And if it's still not good, eat chocolate and then sit on it again. And you know, like these kinds of insider jokes that we have, when I remember them, then it's very emotional, and then I acknowledge that, oh my god, we have a long history together. Can you believe, like, it's already 2.5 years nearly that we have started to bead together, and not counting the retro no one has to bead alongs when we bead. Now for the second time we bead the same design as in the past, and not counting when it was a recorded video that I uploaded in advance to YouTube. We beaded 95 different designs together, plus the ones from our guest designers, like for example Anna Lindell, because those are not available at beadingschool.com, but all together there were 95 designs that we have beaded. Yosin says, can I also eat ice cream? I think that it is an alternative that will work well. I usually say, don't change anything, stick to the, like, bead sizes, because then you need to adjust the motif, what you can do, of course, but you will need to do the figuring out part yourself. But switching from chocolate to ice cream, please do that if that's your preference. And yeah, Claire says, wow, so many designs. And Robina says, do you think you would have started beading school if it wasn't for COVID? I'm so grateful you did. Thank you so much, Robina. And you know, like, beading school, as under this name, it exists only since 2021 April, 27th of April actually. But it existed already for, now it's over 7 years. It was called the Storytelling Jeweler, but last year I wanted to change to a more inclusive name, because the Storytelling Jeweler, that's me. I'm telling stories with jewels, with words. I write, I talk, I bead. So the Storytelling Jeweler is me, and still I am the Storytelling Jeweler, but beading school, it means each and every one of us. You, everyone who is showing up at the classes, in the club, all our Beading School Academy students, and the whole team also. So that's why I wanted to make the change. And about no one has to bead alone, the classes themselves, I wanted to do something like this for a very, very long time actually. But when COVID started and the lockdown hit, then it kind of just propelled. And I remember it was the first week of the lockdown, and we had a coffee time with Erika on Tuesday. And I said, like, okay, guys, we are going to bead together on Friday. And on that Tuesday, I did not have a design yet for Friday. I did not have a camera. I didn't have a program. I didn't have a clue how will we do that. But I said, like, okay, I will figure it out, even if it will not be perfect, but I want to do this. And that's what happened. So yeah, so COVID pushed me to take this step with No One Has to Bead Alone. I don't know for how long would I have been procrastinating until I figured out everything and then tested everything for 100 times. But yeah, sometimes you need that push. And let's look into step 6. So, okay, I need to start the step from around 15 after a fire polished DELICA fire polished group. So my thread is hanging from around 15 after a fire polished and the HALF-TILA, and I bead through the next DELICA and backwards in the opposite direction through the round 11 that sits on top of the DELICA. Then again, I bead through the DELICA that is under the round 11 and through the round 11 one more time. This is only for strengthening the motif, this kind of loop through the DELICA and through the round 11. And we will do it every time when we get to around 11. We will repeat this loop to the DELICA and then again to the round 11. But if you feel that yours is sturdy enough already, then it's optional for you. I'm actually flipping my motif over because it's easier for me to bead counterclockwise, but it's up to you. And now I'm exiting round 11 and I pick up 3 pieces of round 15 seed beads. I skip the fire polished and I bead through the first DELICA bead from a pair. And here I will actually use a second color of round 15s. Until now I was using the seafoam one, and now I will be using the black Labrador Full, my new favorite silver shade. It's a check coating on a MIYUKI bead, approved by MIYUKI. And then I bead through the second DELICA from the same pair. And this is what I will be doing over and over. So always filling in 3 round 15s in between a DELICA and a round 11, repeating the loop through the round 11 and the DELICA to fix it a little better. And then again, 3 round 15s, DELICA, second color of round 15, just one single piece between the 2 DELICAs, and again 3 pieces, and the loop, and so on and so on. So, ladies, slowly we are finishing, so please let me know first if you still have any questions about the motif, and thank you so much for your kind words in the meanwhile, Margareta and Ariane. I'm slowly finishing my motif. Please let me know if everything was easy to understand today. If you still have a question, please also share if you have already made up a plan that what will you do with your new little motif. I'm also curious to know if there is a new earring, a new pendant, maybe a new bracelet being born on your bead mat. Maria is here. Good to see you, Maria. Oh, someone says, I love WOLVEGA, thanks. I'm really happy about that. Margareta is making a pendant. That will be super cute, I think. So, next week, we can meet on Tuesday for a coffee time with Erika, and we will be looking back at all the jewels that we have beaded during the 𝐂𝐋𝐈𝐂𝐂 treasure theme. As Belinda mentioned today, we are getting very close to the opening of a new theme, and this week it's the best time to look into your little box, what's still in there. If you have a question about any of the designs that we have beaded together, maybe if you've put aside something only waiting for a clasp, for example, then this is the time also to like get it done so you can start with a clear mind in about 2 weeks. Also, I would like to remind you that today is the last day to enter the 𝐂𝐋𝐈𝐂𝐂 Treasure mini challenge. So if you have made something that you are super proud of, then make sure to upload it and enter the mini challenge. I will also announce the winners of the mini challenge. As on Tuesday, as always, we will have a talent winner who will be selected by the creative team of Beadingschool, so Susie, Veronka, and me. And we will also have a lucky winner who will be selected randomly during coffee time. So I'm coming back with my face. And Ariana says, I make earrings, and Manuela just joined us. And Margaret says, maybe I take a Rivoli or rhinestone in the middle. Oh, that's a good idea. And actually, I will switch back to my camera for a moment because I would like to... Here are my navets. Oh, here are my navets. So I would like to also show you one of the ideas that I have had today when I was preparing. And well, thank you for telling me to leave everything on the bead mat, the cabochons, and also getting started with WOLVEGA, because I have just realized that there are 6 navet cabochons, the 5x10 millimeters, in a package. And when I tried, then I realized I don't have 6 of this color using this because I think this would fit the best, but or this one. So since 6 is the magic number in both cases, then if you would like to expand your little motif, then I would like to give you a little homework for the weekend or maybe for the next week when you receive your cabochons. And I'm super curious how you will figure out attaching 6 navets around the motif. I think it would look beautiful. Also, since we have the 2 colors mixing up, you can also do the same with the navets, that you can mix 3 and 3 pieces. So this is actually another way to arrange 6 navets. We were doing some exercises like this on Tuesday. And Nicolene, I don't see your name. She says, I love the navets like this. My name is Nicolene. You can't see me? No. Only because you typed it in. So in case that you would like to get some nuggets, to stock up on nuggets, then I would like to just remind you that this is the perfect time, because we have 15% off all nugget shapes, shape cabochons. So all the sizes from the small 5x10 to all the others, also the super nice slim ones that we have been using during the Jewel of the Maharaja team. So they are 15% off until next week's Coffee Time with Erika, 5 p.m. Central European Time. And if you grab a bundle, then the usual bundle discount and the 15%, they get combined. So the bundles are even better than usual. And if you would like to place an order for all the different colors, then okay, I'm just looking for my pictures. I have my pictures. So if you place an order before the same time, then you for at least 50 euros, then you will get this as a gift, the tutorial for Zuzi's Dutch style earring, which is super beautiful. And if you decide to place an order for at least 100 euros, then you will receive 2 tutorials. Also, Veronika's beautiful one. Like, it's amazing. Isn't it amazing? I just love it. And if you decide to place an order for 150, then you will also receive the tutorial for my newest bracelet design. Here you will be able to bead the whole bracelet in one go. You will not need to add any new threads for the different motifs, but when you start, then you can build it up one by one. You start with one motif, and right away you can continue with the bezeled navet cabochon that is in between, and go for the new motif, and so on and so on. I explain everything, how you do that in the tutorial. And thank you so much, everyone who has joined me today and kept each other company. I can't wait to see all your jewels, maybe with the navets also. And thank you so much, everyone who already decided to place an order during this week. It really means a lot to us that you are trusting us, and we can't wait to see all your precious jewels. And Alicia has a question. Is there a hint you can give for the next team? I've given a small one, that it will be a super happy one, because we all need those happy, good thoughts also on our bead mats. So that's the only hint that I can give for now. I will soon reveal a few of the bead shapes or the sizes of the cabochons that we will be using during that team. So in case that you would like to get them in more colors to get prepared, and maybe already combine shipping and take advantage of the free shipping with a top-up with your next box, you can do that, by the way, during next week. So next week, Sunday, is the last day when you can top up your September box. So what did I start saying? Yeah, that I will reveal a few of the shapes very soon, so you can start thinking about it. So thank you so much, ladies, and wishing you a lovely weekend, and take care. Oh, I'm back because I spotted Nicolene's question. I'm so sorry, Nicolene. I didn't see it first. So I love Veronika's design. It is asymmetric. Nicolene here. Yes, it is. So the bottom is with 4 navets and the top is with seed beads and half-tilas, and it's super nice. Really, really super nice. So, any more questions? No more questions. Someone trying to get to know more information from me about the next box, and I'm not answering questions about that anymore. Bye bye.